I could be doing my top 10 right now. Gordy, did you know that? Did you know Stripper Spider-Man? Maybe I should do my top 10. Off number 10 with a game that came out last year. And another game that came out last year. Companies really like releasing games last year, huh, Gordy? Sit on that couch. See if I can. Got an Xbox here. That was a bad magic. I was gonna make it come out the box. So I picked this one for number 10, but not just this one, but the re-release. So imagine this says PlayStation 4 or Xbox One on it. Yeah, just forget about that title. Got my Fedora. I picked that one because I wasn't a lot. This channel wasn't a thing last year, so I picked that. So the remastering of Grand Theft Auto 5 and the remastering to The Last of Us, because they're both remasters, so I thought, hey, and put them together. Plus, I played The Last of Us too. So I just thought, since my channel wasn't like a thing, or wasn't alive last year, I'm like, you know what, here's a game that I played. Nothing really changed. It's just a remastering of that one. So, put it on the list. It's still a good game. So that's my number one. That and The Last of Us. I don't have a copy of it on me right now. It's at my friend's house. My friend Ren has the copy to the game too, so I don't have it on me. So, yeah. So ball. So that's number 10. So now I need to find the right piece to my top 9. Forgot that count. So I think it would this one, Infamous Second Son. Yeah, so Infamous Second Son was actually the first game I played when I got my PS4. Due to the outage during Christmas time, I wasn't able to play my PS4, so I went out to the store and bought 2 games, one of which was Infamous Second Son. I picked this game because of that reason, kind of, but because it was a fun game to play. You see me play on live streams, the evil version. There are 2 different paths. Ultimately, the reason why it's kind of on number 9, though, is because sometimes the choices didn't really matter. I would pick evil, and I just got an extra cutscene, and that was it. I got a few extra powers I could have got if I didn't play a good guy. So that's ultimately a reason why it's only on number 9. However, I do like the game. It's open exploration of Seattle. I can finally tell people I climbed the Space Needle to the top. It was fun to play. It also kept me really cautious of where I shot, because if I just shot willy-nilly, you know, I wasn't ever going to be a good person, because I might have shot a civilian or shot an enemy in the head and killed them by accident. So that's why this is number 9. You know, fairly fun game. I would recommend you go buy it and play it. I think there's a reversible cover, yeah. All these games got reversible covers now. Yeah. It's kind of cool. So, that is why this game is at number 9. Look for it at your nearest retailer. Okay, so now I have to find my top 8. And can't really seem to find it anywhere. Huh. That's funny. It's a little snake. Yay! So Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero was was a game that came out in early 2014. It came out in March. I was excited for it since 2010, or back when it was announced. Back when it was like announced, and that was like a game. And before Phantom Pain was a thing, when Phantom Pain, everyone thought Phantom Pain was something else. This is what happened. And so what happened was Metal Gear Solid 5. This is Metal Gear Solid 5 Part 1, the intro to the sequel of The Diameter. And so I'm not reading a script, I'm just trying to So Metal Gear Solid 5 was released to a lot of backlash for only being clocking in around 2 hours, 4 hours long. People didn't get the point of the game being, you know, what it was, and people just thought it was a cash-in, because apparently if no one complains about something that just hasn't been around for 5 years, it's a cash-in. I'm sorry. If there's no controversy about a game that hasn't been out for 5 years, it's a cash-in. It's dead. And that made me mad. That was the face, what people were saying, that made me go, I hate the industry. Not Konami. If anything, you should blame Konami, not Kojima. Because apparently Kojima's a person right now. So apparently Kojima's a person again, even though no one really remembers him. Really, guys? You just want someone to point your finger out when a game's too short. You don't even remember no one barely remembers Kojima, you know, the guy who's gonna make the new Silent Hills, which is PT, the game you cash-grabbing, cash-in YouTubers kept playing because you are asses. Think about it. He wasn't a person until this, and you don't make him a person when he did something for you guys. What the heck's wrong with you people? If anybody, you should blame Konami. You always say it's greed, but this has been a thing for 4 years. 4. And what you're saying about it is the reason why 2014 was the 3rd worst year for games. The first one being the video game crash. I'll find the second. I think 2005 would be another worse one. Doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about. You're the reason why the game industry is bad. Because you can't stop doing that. Just because it's small, just because it's a short game, doesn't mean you can't. It all started with Polygon, because Polygon wanted to be different. Angry Joe. I've been a long fan of Angry Joe, but once I saw this, I'm like, Angry Joe's not angry. He's just wanting to say what everyone else is saying, but sometimes different. Because for the sake of being different, that's Angry Joe, and oh my god, I'm going off a rant. I'm just like Angry Joe. Where's my million views for doing the same thing over again? Remember when Angry Joe was actually angry, but now he's just a whiny-ass baby? Yeah, I do. Sure, he's more famous than me, but the reason why is because he's like Ruben. He's using it as bragging rights, guys. Sorry. So, I actually deserve it being on number 8. However, it's on number 8 for its short length. I know it sounds hypocritical, but just listen. It is kind of that way, and replay value can go both ways for somebody. It does deserve number 8 because it's a hell of a fun game. You should buy it. It's only $20 digital. People got mad because it was $40. Yeah, in Europe. This is America. Okay, it's $30. It's even, actually, if you've got digital there, it's $30 too. So it all evens out, guys, but no one wants to do the research. No one wants to do the research. That's why 2014 was the worst year. But there are still some good games. 2014, I hate you so badly. And people on the internet, I hate you more. So, next on, okay, this is going to be a little harder to show you guys, but my number 7 is actually, it's kind of a small game. It's a downloadable game. It's a flash drive, and on this flash drive is a copy of The Wolf Among Us. Wolf Among Us is a Telltale game. You know, like it's based off a graphic novel called speech impediment. Graphic novel is called Fables, and it's about, you know, big city. How do I explain? It's a crime book, crime drama kind of thing with fairy tale creatures. Main character being Big B Wolf, you know, Red Riding Hood, and the wolf. And he's a detective, kind of given the job to protect, like, all the fairy tale creatures. And, yeah. And each episode is 5 episodes, and it's like a mystery story. I picked this one because I've never really, like, knew this was a thing. And it was a new take. It wasn't like other Telltale games, which were either based off a well-known, like, series. Like, I know Fables has its own little thing, but I didn't hear about it till now. So, well-known, it's not like based off well-known, series of graphic novels, series of books, or a series of games. You know which ones I'm talking about. But I liked The Wolf Among Us because it brought, like, a new take on grim fairy tales, making them even, well, grimmer. I really liked it a whole lot because of all, like, this time the cell shade works, whereas before Telltale games are cell shaded, or most of them at least, and it works for this one because like the other Walking Dead game, this one is made to be cell shaded. I think they took the easy route with Borderlands, the Tales from the Borderlands, because Tales from the Borderlands is cell shaded, so that's why they were kind of more willing to do that. But I like this one better because, you know, it felt cool to see versions of modern versions of, like, fairy tales. Not like Once Upon a Time, which should be better than it should. I'm not going to rant about Once Upon a Time. I'm just going to sit here and tell you that Wolf Among Us is good. In some cases, I think it's better than The Walking Dead in at least Season 2. So, Wolf Among Us is this. It's a good game. Download it. Get a physical copy. Get it for your Vita too. So, it's all good. What are you looking at? Why are you biting your butt? Oh, so number 6 is actually a game I don't currently have right now because I loaned it to a friend. You can't see my stylish fedora. What the heck? Okay, so and that is South Park and the Stick of Truth. South Park and the Stick of Truth is made by Obsidian. And Obsidian, if you don't know, is a good modern day RPG making company. I mean, they made a bunch of games that are pretty long. This one is 12 hours long, which is good because it's solely based on comedy. I felt it's South Park too, and I felt like a South Park game that's like, 30, 20 plus hours. It could, like feel a little like slogging, but I really did enjoy South Park: The Stick of Truth. It was really funny. It referenced the show a bunch. I love those, and it was a good little RPG. You didn't get to be the characters, but you got to be your own character, which I thought that could be kind of weird, but I liked it. And they balanced out every character you can who was with you and stuff. And it was a turn-based RPG, so it was kind of like Final Fantasy. That's what it reminded me the most of was Final Fantasy, because you got party members and you bring a few. You bring one at a time, and yeah, each one has their special ability, and you got to customize your character by There's looting, not random battles, but you just try not to get hit by the other guy. So, number 6 would be South Park: The Stick of Truth. It is, however, number 6 because there is still a few flaws, like some jokes that go on for a little bit longer than they should. But, you know, it's still a fun game. And I give it number 6, and I would recommend you buy it, because if you get now, I mean, you don't get anything special really, but I mean, if you get, you'll have like way more than 12 hours. You can do a lot in that game. It's really fun, real competent RPG, and I have fun playing it, and I hope you do too, because you should buy it. PC, PS3, 360. Yeah. That's exactly where babies come from. Okay, so number 5 on my list is actually a game that came out for the PC, but was re-released on next-gen, current-gen, last-gen consoles, and that was Diablo 3. I'm talking about the Reaper of Souls and, you know, the console version. The PC version is a whole different story, but I really did like Diablo 3 on console. It felt, you know, like Diablo, but it wasn't like special either. I liked a whole bunch. I played it for the longest time, and I loved almost every second of it. It got real fun, you know. I put everything to good use. I didn't have to install it, which I thought that was the first thing I did, but it was good. Sure, there would be like, you know, better character customization kind of thing, but I'm not really. This is me saying a complaint I have, but keep in mind, really do my research if this was a past game, so don't listen to that. I'm not going to be that kind of person who complains, but didn't do the research. So don't listen to me when I say that. It could be a thing that was in the last games. So every complaint I might say at this point is probably going to be diminished by the fact that, you know, I probably know what I'm talking about. This is a good game. You should buy it. Or at least the console version. The PC version, you should talk to PC people about that. I don't want you guys to take my, well, not take my word for it, but, you know, don't. Just, so, yeah. Reaper of Souls, remember that. And I would get for either PS4 or 360. Just get it for the consoles. Okay, because I played on my 360 and it was pretty good. Get friends, jump in, jump out, that kind of thing. It's a good game to play. So, Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. Doing a pose. Doing a pose. So, number 4. Oh, tired me, huh? I'm bad. God. It's tiring. Oh, boy. That's really tiring. So, number 4 is, you freaking guessed it, is a fighting game, which is based off of manga. Yeah, you know what it is already. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. North American English version. So this game, well, the game came out last year, but the English North American version came out this year. So I got it. I play at my friend's house because he has the PS3. So he lets me borrow it sometimes, and yeah, I haven't buy it. I'd steal it either because it's impossible. Because you can't get it at Walmart, you can't get it at Target, barely able to get it at GameStop. So he bought that. My friend bought it, who likes JoJo also, and he played it on his console, and it's fun. It's a fun, stylish fighting game. It's like, think of Armageddon, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Think of that. It's that kind of plane of 3D, and it features the characters from the manga. Some of them are, like, not all of them, but a lot of them. Like, they don't have Diego, they don't have Speedwagon, but Speedwagon isn't announced for, so, yeah. And that's why JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is on this, plus I love JoJo. It's for the fans, which is a good thing, because this had to be taken off the ground a lot of times. This game had a bunch of chances, and, you know, it needed those chances. And this is for the fans. This isn't for money. This was literally for the fans. So, it's nice once in a while to play a fun little fighting game without being too competitive, you know? So that's why JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is number 4 for loving its fans. Foreign fans start with the same letter. I know my alphabet. JoJo. Like again, like at number 7, this game is small. Oh, right. It's small. Please, this took me forever to make. I'm just gonna have to destroy it. So, like, it took me an hour. It's the last thing I recorded. It took me an hour. So, number 3 is Shovel Knight. Now, I like Shovel Knight a lot for many reasons. Taking the retro game genre that we've created to a whole new level. And the worlds where we say retro game and we make an indie retro game, and we mean like one block with like lowest efforts ever. A retro game looks like something like Mega Man 2, or Mega Man 2. Just looks like an actual NES game, not 2 little blocks or something. No, Shovel Knight's what you get when you actually make your own retro game. Shovel Knight is a downloadable tile, which takes elements from the Metroidvania, times, mostly Castlevania, and I love Castlevania, or at least old ones. And I play Shovel Knight, and Castle Knight could be a good tile. Shovel Knight, and I had fun with it. It made me remember the days where this was actual retro games. When I found my dad's old NES, this is what a retro game is. It's not the lowest, make a game with the lowest budget and that never sells. Okay? So that's why Shovel Knight is number 3 on my list. What's number 2, Andrew? Oh, you know what number 2 is. First out of the living room and into my own room, I have to say what number 2 is. Number 2, this game right here, is 2. And it's funny, it's number 2 on this list, because it's also number 2 in its series. Official LowBrassDoges Snapback. Get them while they're hot. Number 2 is Bayo 2. I don't have a Wii U. Come out and say it. I played and beat this game at my friend's house over the course of like 5 weeks. And I loved it. It was a good action game. I platinum. I love platinum. Platinum, you did it again. You made one of the best, if not the best, action game. It's stylish, it's fun, it's hectic, and it's action. Like actual action. I loved it. I loved every playing second of it. It's amazing. It's one of the best games I've played in a while. And there's been some games, okay? And I really loved the last one a whole lot. And I loved Revengeance. And I loved Anarchy Reigns. And I loved all these games. And I just played this and I loved it. There's not much I can say that hasn't been said before. It's an amazing game. When Polygon made that thing, giving it a 7.5 because that whole sexualizing one because the camera angles. You mean the camera that you can control? I don't understand any of that. But that's the internet, and it's Polygon. Polygon's one of the worst reviewers out there. They just haven't gotten the hint that just because you act different doesn't mean you're good. So, yeah. It's before going on to number 1, I want to talk about some games that totally didn't really get there. These are games that were close or not that close at all, and these games deserve to be recognized for such. Let me just grab it for a second. And so now these are games that really make it there. It's not that they're bad, it's just that they weren't really on their A game, but they could have been better. Or they were, but they weren't as good as the last 10, but they deserve to be recognized. So I think the first game that we recognized is, I'm going to start with Walking Dead Season 2. Now, I know first one really good. The reason why, this is a good game, don't get me wrong, this is a good Telltale series. The reason why it's not on, the top 10 is because they played with us with this one. This one proved that if we just make a game made of Telltale, it's not really gonna matter. And this one, I can tell there was the illusion of choice, but choices never mattered really, except for who do you want alive. It's not gonna matter because that person's gonna die later, so it doesn't feel. And they ain't really do anything when they're alive too. Or just decisions that if I picked one or the other, it was gonna be the same outcome. The illusion of choice was everywhere, so that's why this game isn't on the top 10 list. Fun game though, but there's red boxes where you can rent this game. I suggest you should do that. Give it a chance. Number 2 on the list is Titanfall. Titanfall was a first-person shooter that came out, and I liked it. I liked it a whole lot. Felt energetic. Didn't make this list because it was a multiplayer-only game, so there was little I can do, and it was always hard to find a match. And when I did, I had fun, but yeah, and there's still some things behind it, and I have fun with it though, so I guess having fun is all that matters, but you should tell the internet that because they don't really know what fun is. Next is Far Cry 4. And Far Cry 4 was a Ubisoft game. Yeah, a bad year for Ubisoft. One of the few Ubisoft games that came out without any controversy, and I love this game. Open world, very open. They put time in. I feel like they care more about Far Cry than they do about Assassin's Creed anymore. They want to make Far Cry, but they're not going to make that much. But they will make a whole lot AC. But I like this game. It was really fun to play. And yeah. And at a time where I didn't think Far Cry 4 was going to be really good. I thought it was too early because Far Cry 3 happened. Everyone loved it. But I'm like, and then they're making 4. It's like, okay, so now people are like, oh, this is... Now, this game is actually a really well-made game. I got it for free because it came with the PS4, and I loved it. Next on my list is going to give me a lot of flack for having an honorable mention, because this is apparently one of the worst games that came out this year, but actually, people want to do the research and give things a chance, like they say they do. It's actually a really fun game. Destiny. I got Destiny for my birthday. I loved it. Sure, there are times where it does feel repetitive, but most games can be repetitive. I can play one of the best games. Hell, the best game on my list can get repetitive at times, but I still have fun playing it. This is the reason why it's on honorable mentions, but I have fun with it, and yeah, even though you can say it was just trying to shove money of a season pass in your face, no. And people have their mixed things on stories. If they want to make fun of the story, you call it shallow or say it doesn't exist. You don't say one or the other, and one person says the other thing, or else your point is meaningless. There's a story in there. But is it well fleshed out? Not really, but, it's there. It's kind of like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter didn't have a story until now. Not a good one, but it had some. And I love Monster Hunter with all my heart. So, I just want to get that out there. It's repetitive. It's grindy. Yeah. You're just going to keep saying what Cheeseburger wants you to say. I know you people on Cheeseburger. I know you. Next one is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I picked this on honorable mentions because, yeah, you got the whole, it was the same thing every year. I wouldn't blame them for going into the future, because when they're pushed up against a wall where people are getting on flag for not being different and they want to, they're trying, they are. They go, oh, it's the same game every, that goes with any sequel though, keep that in mind. And they go, oh, it's a ripoff of Titanfall, which is on my honorable mentions list. Do your research. People don't like doing their research anymore, huh? This game was in development before Titanfall. Remember that. 3 years. And the people who made Titanfall were fired because they got butthurt for not doing what they were supposed to, making Modern Warfare 2. They got into the files they didn't want to, so you know what they did? They got fired. That's what happens. But no one wants to do their research, so, yeah. And lastly on my list is Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. Fun games, fine games, not on my list for reasons, especially the 3DS version. Some problems, but nothing can be perfect. I liked it, and it was a good game. So, without further ado, number 1 is next, right? We'll just see. This next one, or this last one, the best game this year. 2014 wasn't a good year for gaming. Controversies. People on the internet won't shut up for their lives. So, this is why. Now this new game is this game that I picked, and there's a reason why. See, this is the game. You're cooking the game, right? You get the game. You add intuitive gameplay, right? Smell that? Intuitive gameplay. You have unparalleled freedom right here, right? Smell that. Now that smells good. Now, and just replace that with a thing you care about and challenging difficulty. Something that doesn't make it feel too easy. And plus, the reduction of microtransactions also. Just put that in there. Smells like the best kitchen in the world. Okay. Put this all together. Oh yeah. Better check if it's actually ready for development instead of being shipped early. It's ready to ship. No bugs. Nothing. What game could this be? Yep. Does it taste good? Yep. What game is it, you ask? Yay, you can't, I didn't think, this took me like 3 weeks to make, but, it dried. Dark Souls 2, because it's backwards on mine, but it's probably forwards on yours. Best game this year. Now you can go, herder, hardest game in the world, herder. Just the hardest, you can call it the hardest game. Ooh, little thing. But you know what? It's hard because sellouts on the internet who play and call it hard don't know what it feels like to play an actual good RPG. No, not good, but just an actual RPG that gets you intuitive. You have to actually know RPG to be able to play this game. That's why some people are able to play easy, unless you're Dark Phil. Then no. But I picked Dark Souls 2, because it's a great, tremendous game, and I would eat it all day. Look at that. See that? See those crumbs? Lots go around. Oh, wait, you forgot to add the water. Now this will serve, actually, as... See the water? We're going to add some water now. This water will add as the basis for DLC that matters. Not just an ad bonus or something. No, this is actually going to add what matters. Because unlike Day 1 DLC, this one actually couldn't have been implemented in the original game. Now we mix. And you get... Scholar the First Sin. There's something to get in my mouth. The re-release for the PS4. I want you guys to try a little bit of this, and you'll like it. Now, thank you for watching this. So, if you think I missed a great game that came out this year, please let me know. And I might do what the worst ones are, because that's going to be easy to do. And with that in mind, yeah. I've been waiting like 4 weeks to do this. Because I never got around because I'm lazy. Now I can. Tell your friends.